Welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. This is the part 2 of 2 for Mangrove Jack's Bavarian Wheat, which Hefeweizen. Don't forget, like, subscribe, keep sharing, definitely appreciate it. A nice carboy cover here that my wife made me many years back. Got a nice hop embroidered in it. Got two more, you can only probably see one, but I've got the Trappist Single 530 and the Trappist Single 545. If you've seen that video, the Tale of Two Trappists. Getting ready to move those two next. So trying to get everything moved and out of the way. I've updated this, what's on tap, knowing that these 4 beers will be on tap from the Irish Extra Stout, which is, already in there. The Hefeweizen, which is up here, Mangrove Jack's Bavarian Wheat, Trappist Single 530, fruity, Trappist Single 545, spicy. And the hops are supposed to give a little spice, but you know they're gonna give a little fruit too. I've got our keg here. I did decide to throw a little bit of gelatin in it, just because that Hefeweizen looks pretty dark, although it is a pretty thick piece of glass, and pretty dense compared to a 16-ounce pint. So we're gonna pump that through. I'm gonna pull a little of the yeast out. If you've seen this rodeo before, I've already run the pump. It's pretty much got water in it all the way through. It's gonna run a little slower because I was an idiot and dropped the main, I guess you call it power brick, into the water by accident on my last transfer. And I'm pretty sure it's fried. So I had something else that was able to plug in here and give me 12 volts. Amperage is a little lower, so I think the pump's gonna move a little slower, but it's working. That's all that matters for me right now, that it works, that's the key. I have my little air thing over here to pump out some air because I'm gonna be dumping water in there. And I'm gonna put it over here. I've already purged it because, like I said, I dropped some gelatin in there. It is what it is. I just figured I'd like it a little clearer. Let's take a little smell test, see where we're at. Get some of this stuff out of the way. It smells like a mild Hefeweizen. I don't get a lot of odor. Definitely smell the wheat, but doesn't have a lot of strong odor. Hopefully when it comes out, it'll be very smooth. That's really what I care about. The odor is nice when it's a good, nice aroma, but flavor is king and flavor is where I'm at. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead, put this bad boy on here. It's got some stout in there already. In the keg we're not gonna drink out of. I'm gonna take this over here. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna speed things up, especially if you've seen this rodeo. There we go. And some star sand, get it all cleaned up, we'll be good. Okay, I'm gonna purge this. That was very, very slow at that power. Really sucks, I need to order a new power supply. Okay. Let me get my tilt out of there. I got a tilt in every one of them and it's working awesome. I'm gonna go ahead, drop this in the keg, pressurize it. We'll do a taste test, which will seem seconds from now. But it'll probably be 3, 4, 5 days from now. The Hefeweizen. I know you just saw us transfer this seconds ago. It's been a couple weeks. Been a week and a half. But looks amazing, and I do mean looks amazing. I've done a little taste test before it was actually carbonated properly. There's a little color for you. Looks great as a wheat ale. It came in at 1.052. I was a little off on the numbers originally, but at 1.052. Finished at 1.010, which puts it at about 5.51%. I used Brewer's Friend this time just to calculate it instead of Beersmith, and they're both a little on the close side. Let's just say they're not exact. But so 5.51 for a wheat ale. Doesn't have, for some reason, the best head retention unless I kind of shake it up a little, which is what I did here. I kind of aggravated it, annoyed it. Has that nice hint of banana. Definitely smell some clove. Tastes a lot of clove. Just a little bit of the banana. If I get this right, if I remember right, the phenol or phenolics are the clove and the banana is more the esters, but the key is it's a wheat ale. It's good, it's light. At a 5.51, I know if you're drinking Miller or PBR or Pabst, it's probably kind of heavy for you, but for a craft brew drinker, it's nice and smooth. I don't know what it is about summertime, and right now in the US, we're kind of going into spring and with lots of snowstorms in the Midwest for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on there. But every now and then, I just crave a really good wheat ale. And for me, a Hefeweizen is like the start of the night. I mean, You're gonna have a nice meal. It's got some malt bodiness. It goes great with a steak. I'm sorry, Hefeweizen, steak, maybe chicken if it's got some good, flavor or sauce, or maybe it's been smoked. But yeah, it's a great starter for the night. You have that with your steak, and then you turn around and have something else after, a little later, a little heavier, maybe a little stronger, or maybe even more bitter. Awesome. And no, I'm never gonna say hot wings are great, or the Hefeweizen. If I'm eating hot wings, I'm doing IPAs. Bitter with all that heat, much, 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 much better. And a steak, you need somewhere some malt and some base and some nice body to it. And a Hefeweizen has a great body, but it's not heavy. So 5.5 is freaking perfect. 5.51, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this is the Mangrove Jack's Hefeweizen. Came out great, super drinkable, super sessionable, if I say. Oh yeah, and incredibly smooth. I'm not gonna say it's the best Hefeweizen I've ever had. It's a nice Hefeweizen, it's very smooth, it's easy drinking. It's a lot better than the IPA number 1. It had kind of it was drinkable, it was good, but it wasn't, you know what I mean? And this is better. It's not, oh my gosh, but it's better. It's still really smooth and everything, but I've got to hand it to the brew firm. I still think the brew firm is a better extract right now. Sorry, Mangrove Jacks, but the brew firm is still a better extract from what I've tasted. These guys, which is Muttons, is actually really good. I've only had one, so I really can't compare too much on that one. I've had 2 now, no, 2 plus a couple ciders from Mangrove Jacks. And then I've had the brew firm, and the brew firm is a little more expensive. Well, actually it's very close in price, but a little more expensive for what I paid for it. But yeah, I still think it's a better beer. But hands down, I got this off Adventures in Home Brewing on sale for like 25 bucks. 5 gallons, super sessionable Hefeweizen. I think it was worth it. I'm happy. Now, could I have brewed a better Hefeweizen with all grain? Yeah, I could. Don't know if it would have cost me any more. It might have cost me a lot more time, but that would have been it. And occasionally, especially if you're up there in the north or in the Midwest right now and you've got snow issues, time is an issue. And not to mention, you probably can't go outside. So a nice extract during the wintertime, or if you're not an all grain brewer, it's a nice smooth Hefeweizen. It's very nice. I like it. I used their yeast. I used everything as is. I brewed it as is. And yeah, I kegged it instead of bottled it, which is fine. But it'll be gone in no time. Like I said, extremely sessionable. Thank you again for joining us here at Bitter Reality Brewing. Don't forget, like, subscribe, keep sharing. Definitely appreciate the support. Thank you very much. And as I mentioned, the head's kind of gone. The head retention's a little weak on this for some reason. Starts off nice and just depreciates. Still drinkable.